right, I just figure I'll start talking. This is Friday, July 22nd, 2022. And this is Dan's morning coffee rant, but it's not really a coffee rant this morning. It's just more of an observation. Several of them actually. It's really it's really easy to get caught up in pointing out obvious contradictions and hypocrisy that we see in every political arena, every political uh, stage, right? That's why they call it the political stage or the political arena because it is all acting, and it's so blatantly obvious. So we start calling out this political bullshit on people because they even the best of us they want to suck us into their game, which is why I'm loath to do certain things to try to really engage them at a law level, like become a low level uh, councilman or something like that. Because then you just end up in government trying to change government, and before long, it's no different than being an order follower. You're uh, you're going to get sucked up into a system that's just completely immoral by its very existence. It's slavery. So I uh, I instead I'm trying to figure out because I'm starting to wonder how we can get the majority of people who deep down know better to stop accepting contradictions from hypocrites as the truth. To get these people to start developing the self respect and the confidence to uh, and the courage to think for themselves and speak out in any kind of way, any kind of meaningful way. And that's not to say that I've myself have never been a hypocrite. Okay, I have been. Everybody at one point in their life has been hypocritical about something, and if you say that's not the case, then you're lying. And I'd like to say I'm in a good 95 percentile now of not being a hypocrite. That's pretty much up there. I'm working towards 100. But with contradictions, on the other hand, I know I'm in the 100 percentile of recognizing, weeding out, and not accepting contradictions within any belief system. And as soon as I see a contradiction in the belief system, I don't accept it. I look at that belief system, and I don't care if it's organized religion of any veritable. Um, I won't accept it. I won't accept the rest of it because the contradictions that are put in there are put in there to control you. So if there's contradictions in any belief system, there's contradictions in the belief of the fake authority of government. The whole thing itself is a contradiction. Just like pro-life, pro-choice. Are you pro-life or are you pro-choice? I'm both. I'm pro-life and pro-choice. Um, I'm not going to get philosophical and explain that to anybody. That's my personal beliefs on that. So it's tough when you're trying to figure out how to get to people in a way where you're not insulting their intelligence because when you try to talk to your friends, like for instance, I have more Republican friends than Democratic friends, um, because more Democrats believe in honestly their beliefs align more with communism and slavery and theft, and the Republicans, or I call the Republicrats, aren't quite. They're not that bad. Greed-driven capitalism. Really, technically, at one point I said it was evil, and I got to take that back. It's not evil. It's just greedy. It's not good. They're not hurting anybody, but they're not. I don't believe in walls. I don't believe in half the shit they believe in either. So that's why I've never identified with either party. But they usually jump on board with the stuff I'm saying because I'm speaking out against what I know is an obvious uh, what I know is obvious shenanigans that have been going on in the world since 2020, but much before that. So it's like when you try to explain to them, it's kind of funny. I wanted to use this. When you try to explain to them why you don't vote and why they shouldn't vote, this is literally, I mean, you literally get this or this. and they just really don't get it. And I'm starting to learn to, I think we all have to learn to talk to the level of whoever we're talking to. And I say that because in my years as a defensive tactics instructor and working in, on the outskirts and support staff of the medical profession and being in law enforcement, I've, given presentations before grand juries and to doctors and lawyers. By that same token, I've had to talk to inmates who grew up on the streets. You have to go back and forth with your communication style with what you do. So I'm trying to work on. I think we all should be working on a way we can talk to people that you see like this. And I find myself being inwardly amused at times, but who am I to be judgy in any kind of way when that's just how they've been socially engineered? I thought the same exact thing they thought, and this is stuff I got to remind myself of. And the reason I say all this is because I start to realize, where is the consciousness of humanity? When pretty birds outside. Probably can't hear them. Hold on. I don't recognize that one. But anyway, so you start to realize, like, where's the consciousness of humanity when so this past week, I'll give you for instance, I posted a bunch of short videos. I wanted to start making shorts because I realized people hit on those shorts. It would get them to my YouTube and my other channels, and maybe they'll watch another video, get interested, and go to someone else's content. And um, what I noticed was this: I did some shorts of me and David Icke from the interview that I did with him back in April, and I talked about some of the shorts were about consciousness or about love or near death experience. And over a period of a week, some of those shorts, and this is David Icke we're talking about, some of those shorts got like 30 views, right? I posted a short of my daughter shooting a BB gun, realistic BB gun. And in one night, it had over 2,000 views. I posted a short of me working on a bolt action rifle. It's got nearly 1,000 views, like overnight. I posted another one of some pistol work. It had, just a quick short video, like 230 some odd views in an hour. So it just goes to show you, and I got a relatively unknown page. It just goes to show you where the consciousness of humanity is at. Most people don't even know who David Icke is. Okay. And he's world known, but most kids today, most millennials, they have no clue who he is. Okay. That's Generation Xers. Our generation knows a little bit who he is. But I just thought it was funny when you talk about love and consciousness. Uh, forgive them because they know not what they do, and it gets 30 views. I put up a BB gun video, and it gets 2,000 views. That just goes to show you where the consciousness is at, and it got me thinking. Hey, consciousness can be, we're programmable and reprogrammable. The human brain can be programmed and deprogrammed. I know this because I was programmed and deprogrammed and all that stuff. I belong to a cult. Okay, the United States Marine Corps breaks you down and builds you right back up to the way they want you. Um, one of these days I'm gonna return to Paris Island with my hairdo, and I'm gonna tell them I ain't getting a fucking haircut. But anyway, it got me reading. And this book right here is just so interesting to read. Okay, Mass Control: Engineering Human Consciousness by Jim Keith. Man, it's one of the most important books I've ever read. Now I was reading it in December of 2019 and January of 2020, before before these shenanigans kicked off. Okay, shenanigans. I know I'm going to get pistol whipped if I say it again. Shenanigans. Before these shenanigans kicked off in 2020, I already read that book. And I went on to a lot of other reading since then, but it was really interesting to pick this book back up. And I was gonna, people who know me know that I've got some psychic friends, and I'm in that community in my area, and have developed through the study of the tarot and some other things. Actually, I can do divinations. Uh, Not very powerful. I'm working on it. But one day I just flipped this open. I just say, hey, let me flip it open. Just find out what page you get on and just start reading. And I actually flipped it open to chapter 26, Psy Wars. I don't know if you can see that. Psy Wars. So I started to read that, but then I went back, and next thing you know, I read the whole book again. And the second time around, especially seeing what's going on in the last couple of years, it was really even more eye opening on how they can control you and some of the things that I experienced um, that are in this book. You should really read this book by Jim Keith. Now, in 1999, he mysteriously fell off of a stage at a festival. Don't even know how he fell off. Broke his knee and ended up going to emergency, to the hospital. And before they put him under, he told somebody, and I'll read the whole thing one of these days, but he told somebody, I feel like they've done everything they can do to, I'm not going to get out of here. He actually said that. And he mysteriously died during a routine knee surgery. So it's really worth reading. It's still out there. They don't care about you reading it. Uh, there's so many books to read, but this is just, man, you want to find out how they could be doing what they're doing in the world and some of the allegory going on. Read this book. Um, I just figured I'd make a short video and not rant about politics, not rant about the low hanging fruit, not point out the obvious hypocrisies. Uh, that's doing nothing. It's doing nothing. Instead, I'm trying to concentrate and think about what else can we do besides make content to get people to be curious enough to start thinking for themselves. Uh, but until then, man, prayers for humanity. Um, Nothing but love for everybody, man. This is Friday. Hope everyone has a good weekend, does something healthy for themselves. And I'll be making more videos here shortly, man. Stay safe.